For months, whispers and speculation have circulated about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's life in Montecito. Social media has been rife with quiet rumors of difficulties and underlying strains in their relationship, though none were ever substantiated. Then, out of nowhere, a sensational headline emerged alleging that Harry had suddenly left his home after uncovering something startling. The claims spread rapidly online, sparking widespread confusion and intrigue among followers. But how much of this holds water? Did Prince Harry truly abandon Montecito in a dramatic escape? Or is this simply the latest example of exaggerated, clickbait-driven gossip? To fully grasp a story of this magnitude, it's helpful to revisit the origins. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's journey began with optimism, romance, and the prospect of an exceptional future together. Harry was raised within the intense spotlight and expectations of the British royal family. Meghan, by contrast, built an independent career as a successful actress, humanitarian, and advocate. Their paths were entirely distinct until mutual friends brought them together. Their early connection was low-key and discreet. They enjoyed private outings, deepened their bond, and found common ground in their values and outlook on life. For Harry, the relationship felt effortless and authentic. For Meghan, it opened doors to a world she hadn't anticipated but quickly embraced. The romance progressed swiftly. Soon, the couple was spotted together in London and on international trips, beaming hand in hand, sharing affectionate and lighthearted moments. Observers could see the genuine chemistry, playful, caring, and deeply connected. Meghan became a source of encouragement and motivation for Harry. In 2017, Harry proposed, and their engagement announcement radiated joy. Meghan expressed feeling truly accepted, while Harry shared that he knew from their first meeting she was his match. The world followed eagerly as engagement portraits showcased their happiness and optimism, with many dubbing them a contemporary fairy tale couple. Their May 2018 wedding captivated audiences globally, drawing millions of viewers. The service blended tradition with fresh, inclusive elements reflecting diversity, personal touches, and modern ideals. A gospel choir, varied guests, and sincere vows highlighted the couple's shared vision, marking an innovative chapter for the monarchy. Post-wedding, Harry and Meghan carried out royal responsibilities side by side. They supported charities, undertook overseas tours, and engaged warmly with people from diverse backgrounds. Their humor, approachability, and evident affection won public affection. They frequently appeared laughing, holding hands, or offering subtle support during events, portraying a well-matched, devoted partnership. Family life soon added new happiness. In May 2019, Meghan gave birth to their son, Archie Harrison, Mountbatten, Windsor. Global excitement greeted the news, and released images depicted Harry and Meghan as loving, attentive parents. They balanced official engagements with family moments, often seen cradling Archie, earning praise for humanizing royal life through relatable yet special glimpses. The family grew again in June 2021 with the arrival of their daughter, Lilibet. Images and accounts portrayed everyday joys, strolls in gardens, playtime with the children, or peaceful home evenings, illustrating a nurturing, stable household rooted in love and togetherness. Then came the turning point in early 2020. Harry and Meghan revealed they would step away from senior royal roles. The announcement shocked many. In their message, they cited a desire for greater independence, work-life equilibrium, and above all, a more secure and peaceful environment for their family. They departed the UK shortly afterward, initially spending time in Canada before settling permanently in the United States. Their chosen home became Montecito, California, a picturesque, private coastal enclave known for its celebrity residence and serene setting. Note, as of January 2026, credible reports and mainstream coverage indicate that Harry and Meghan continue to reside in Montecito with their children, while tabloid-style videos, social media posts, and speculative articles, often from YouTube channels or gossip outlets, have pushed dramatic claims of Harry fleeing or the couple facing marital crises, splits, or property sales. These appear rooted in unverified rumors, exaggerated interpretations, or clickbait rather than confirmed events. No major news organizations have substantiated any sudden departure by Harry from their home. Following a shocking discovery, ongoing stories focus more on their life choices, occasional tensions over future plans or business developments. But their Montecito base remains their established residence. California became their chosen home. Famous for its privacy, stunning scenery, and calm way of life, the state gave the couple an escape from the constant spotlight and pressure of royal existence in Britain. Their Montecito residence was portrayed as graceful, warm, and generously proportioned, a house designed for family life, laughter, play, and everyday joy. For Harry and Meghan, Montecito represented far more than a place to live. It was their haven, a secure and serene environment where they could raise their children protected from intrusion and surrounded by peace. The former royal pair was frequently photographed embracing life in Montecito. Whether running casual errands, strolling through nature, or simply relaxing, they consistently appeared content and relaxed. They were often seen taking family outings to beaches, botanical gardens, and picturesque spots nearby. Images of the family cycling together, walking hand in hand, or playing in the garden with their children conveyed a powerful sense of dedication, not only to each other, but to nurturing a stable, loving, and happy household. They continued making public appearances too. Harry and Meghan stayed actively involved in philanthropy, attending events and lending their voices to causes they cared deeply about. They supported mental health initiatives through efforts like Heads Together, advocated for women and girls globally in connection with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and championed veterans through organizations such as the Invictus Games. At every appearance, they came across as a strong, aligned team, united in promoting compassion, kindness, and meaningful service. Commentators frequently noted their vitality, optimism, and clear sense of shared purpose, a partnership that visibly flourished, even in private moments. Their life projected genuine happiness. The couple was regularly pictured traveling together, sometimes with friends, sometimes with extended family. They enjoyed sunny escapes to places like Ibiza, where they walked along quiet beaches and soaked up the relaxed atmosphere. Back in the UK, they were spotted hiking in the Scottish Highlands, sharing smiles and taking in the dramatic views. Their holidays seemed filled with joy, exploration, and tender moments of closeness. Time and again, photos captured them playing on the sand with Archie and Lilibet, reinforcing their clear priority, family above all else. From their engagement and wedding, through the arrival of their children to their settled life in Montecito, the story they presented felt uplifting and modern. Harry and Meghan appeared to be a contemporary royal couple who had bravely chosen authenticity, love, independence, and compassion over tradition. To the outside world, their family radiated warmth, equilibrium, and deep connection. Friends, supporters, and admirers praised them as an inspiring model of partnership, devotion, and mutual respect. Their work-life balance also looked enviable. They pursued purposeful projects in storytelling, advocacy, and philanthropy while always placing family first. Observers often remarked on the grace and humanity with which they seemed to juggle public responsibilities and private life, projecting the image of a household that genuinely functioned as a team for one another and for the values they stood for. Over the years, Harry and Meghan continued to impress many with their steadfast commitment to each other. Whether walking red carpets, delivering speeches, or sharing quiet moments with their children, they consistently conveyed love, unity, and common purpose, a rare blend of romance, teamwork, and shared mission. To countless people, they represented a powerful example of modern love and strength. For many, Montecito came to symbolize the life they had long envisioned, a refuge, a place to grow, and a backdrop for their dreams. Its combination of seclusion, natural splendor, and family-centered rhythm suggested that Harry and Meghan were intentionally creating something real and lasting, a life shaped not by royal titles, but by core values, deep love, and unwavering dedication to each other and their children. Yet recent reports have begun to cast a shadow over that seemingly idyllic picture. Whispers have emerged that Prince Harry has been spending time away from the Montecito home he once described as his sanctuary, his place of peace, and the foundation for his family's future. This development has sparked curiosity and concern. Could there be more going on behind closed doors than the public has been led to believe? Is the tranquility of Montecito perhaps less complete than it once appeared? Most recently, stories circulated claiming Prince Harry had abruptly left Montecito in connection with supposed Soho House files. Those particular allegations have since been firmly debunked. There is no credible evidence to support dramatic narratives of sudden departure or crisis. That said, royal history teaches us that rumors seldom arise in a complete vacuum. They often carry at least a grain of truth or reflect tensions quietly developing out of sight. One only has to look back at Harry's parents, King Charles III and Princess Diana. What began in the 1980s as hushed speculation about emotional distance, parallel lives, and growing unspoken resentment eventually became impossible to ignore. The initial rumors were brushed off as mere tabloid sensationalism. Over time, however, those quiet murmurs exposed real fractures, infidelity, emotional breakdowns in public view, and eventually a divorce in 1996 that dismantled the carefully curated facade of royal harmony. Princess Diana's candid 1995 Panorama interview revealed the truth of a marriage strained by too many people involved, while Prince Charles's own acknowledgement of adultery validated the long-circulating gossip. What started as hushed speculation grew into an international media frenzy, demonstrating that scandalous stories often carry an underlying core of reality. Could a comparable narrative be unfolding quietly in Montecito? The similarities are hard to ignore. A pair once celebrated as a contemporary romance now shows early indicators of friction, heightened by their dramatic exit from royal responsibilities. For Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, these pressures have surfaced in understated yet observable ways. The duo, previously a constant presence together at public outings, has begun appearing more independently. They were long recognized for joining forces at nearly every significant occasion: charity galas, award shows, global travels, always projecting solidarity. At the Invictus Games in Vancouver in early 2025, they were seen holding hands, sharing laughs, and championing injured veterans with evident mutual commitment. Harry, as the event's founder, displayed clear pride, complemented by Meghan's poise and support for the cause. That appearance felt like a strong reaffirmation of their partnership. Since then, however, a noticeable change has emerged. Harry has undertaken more solo journeys, leaving Meghan in Montecito to manage family life and her own endeavors. He made trips back to the UK for charitable commitments, including a meeting with King Charles at Clarence House, and revisited initiatives such as the Halo Trust in Angola. These visits were purposeful and publicly covered, but they represented a break from the couple's earlier pattern of constant companionship. Meghan stayed based in California, prioritizing their children and advancing her professional pursuits, such as her lifestyle brand and media projects. These separations weren't portrayed as dramatic rifts but rather as an evolving dynamic. In their routines, one where Harry sometimes pursues independent purpose, possibly reconnecting with his British origins or simply taking time for personal reflection. The situation becomes particularly compelling here. People close to the couple indicate that the root cause lies in conflicting long-term goals. Harry is reportedly experiencing a growing longing to spend more time in the UK, motivated by nostalgia of family ties, and a wish for his children to connect with their royal background. He envisions increased British presence as beneficial for that heritage. Meghan, conversely, views the prospect as emotionally challenging. The UK evokes memories of intense media pressure and personal difficulties during a difficult chapter. She remains fully committed to their established life in the US, her work, her brand, and the stability it offers their family. Insiders portray the dynamic as intensely emotional rather than a fading affection. Harry is said to grapple with frustrations over aspects of California life, yearning for the sense of direction, community, and identity he felt as an active royal. Meghan, meanwhile, pours her efforts into creating a fulfilling career and home environment suited to their needs. These differing emphases naturally lead to gentle strains, visible in their separate schedules, public outings, and independent travel. This pattern grew more evident throughout 2025. Although they still joined for important shared events, Harry frequently handled charity work, family visits, or personal projects on his own, returning periodically. Each instance highlighted a shift from perpetual togetherness toward lives that run in parallel, linked by love and family, yet increasingly independent in day-to-day realities, further fueling discussion. Reports have highlighted a profoundly emotional disagreement that could potentially strain their relationship significantly. The central issue revolves around Harry's increasing interest in UK time, and Meghan's strong hesitation to revisit that environment. Sources point to the September 2025 encounter with King Charles as a turning point that strengthened Harry's desire to rebuild royal family connections. Insiders stress that this isn't about diminished love but a core mismatch in life priorities. Discussions about potentially splitting time between the US and UK, or even relocating elements, intensified during the 2025 Christmas season and into the following year, described as the most substantial challenge since their 2020 move to Montecito. The matter focuses squarely on lifestyle choices rather than sensational claims, like financial divisions or career splits. Thus, the tension stems from Harry's pull toward elements of his former British existence, contrasted with Meghan's dedication to forging a fresh path in California. Amid these strains, however, positive moments persist. In her November 2025 Harper's Bazaar interview, Meghan shared a heartfelt insight: "He loves me so boldly, fully." The widely circulated remark, delivered with evident sincerity, appeared positioned to counter swirling speculation and reaffirm their deep connection. Even skeptics recognized their mutual devotion. and those in their circle maintain that, despite the obstacles, Harry and Meghan stay dedicated to each other and their family. Asterisk here is a paraphrased and rewritten version of the provided text, preserving the original meaning, tone, and key details while making the language more concise, natural, and fluid. Although the story appeared to be winding down, everything shifted dramatically just weeks after Meghan's public statement. As 2026 dawned, the Montecito chapter of Harry and Meghan's life encountered its most severe challenge yet. The difficulties extended far beyond occasional separate travels or feelings of homesickness. The couple's joint professional endeavors were now facing genuine crisis. The epicenter of the turmoil was their foundation, Archewell. In the final days of 2025, on December 29, James Holt, the organization's longest-serving executive director and one of its most loyal figures, departed to return to the UK with his family. His exit formed part of a larger wave of instability. Staff reductions reportedly reached up to 60%. The charity was quietly rebranded as Archewell Philanthropies, and persistent rumors of serious budget shortfalls circulated. Multiple insiders described the operation as effectively dormant, blaming a combination of micromanagement, clashing priorities, and an unsustainable workload that drove away essential team members. The problems continued into the new year. In early January 2026, Meghan's lifestyle brand, formerly known as American Riviera Orchard and now rebranded as Ever, suffered a humiliating public setback. A technical error on the website accidentally exposed internal stock figures, revealing roughly 220,000 unsold jars of jam along with substantial quantities of candles, wine, and other items still in inventory. The leak spread rapidly online, sparking widespread mockery and serious questions about overproduction and the brand's long-term viability. A subsequent statement released to People magazine attempted damage control, insisting that sales remained robust and international expansion was still on track. Nevertheless, the incident reinforced the growing perception that things were unraveling together. The near collapse of Archewell and the as-ever embarrassment intensified strain inside the Montecito household. Tabloids soon began publishing stories predicting a 2026 divorce, pointing to an explosive holiday season argument that allegedly left deep fractures in the relationship. Professional disappointments reportedly bred resentment and mutual blame. Harry was said to feel increasingly isolated in California, while Meghan fought to salvage her ventures. Bookmakers adjusted odds in favor of a separation before year's end. Some sources even floated the possibility of a discreet financial disentanglement or a so-called conscious uncoupling in which the couple would follow separate professional paths while attempting to preserve their shared public image. Yet those close to the situation insist the root causes run deeper than business setbacks alone. Harry's decision to take a solo skiing trip to Colorado shortly after the holidays only amplified speculation, with many viewing it as an escape from mounting domestic pressure. Global media outlets seized on the narrative, asking the same question: could this convergence of crises, Archewell's dysfunction, and as Ever's exposure finally dismantle the carefully constructed life Harry and Meghan had built in California? The outcome remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that even the most polished fairy-tale narrative can develop serious fault lines when intense ambition, financial strain, and personal tensions collide. Montecito was intended as a fresh start and sanctuary. Instead, the opening months of 2026 have exposed significant stress in both their professional and marital worlds. The choices they make now may well shape the rest of the year. Most importantly, what does any of this mean for their children? As speculation swirls around Harry and Meghan in Montecito, one unspoken concern lingers: what would happen to Archie and Lilibet if their parents' marriage were to end? To gauge the potential impact, many turn to Harry's own childhood. The 1996 divorce of Prince Charles and Princess Diana left lasting scars on both Harry and William, who were still adolescents when the separation became public. The breakdown unfolded relentlessly in the press, dominating headlines and television coverage. In Spare and in numerous interviews, Harry has described feeling emotionally adrift, rarely spending meaningful time with either parent, and grappling with anger, grief, and profound loneliness, experiences he has directly connected to his later struggles with anxiety and panic attacks. William has similarly acknowledged the deep and enduring pain of that period. Though both eventually built successful adult lives, the emotional wounds from their fractured family never completely healed. Therapy, periods of estrangement, and ongoing tension between the brothers have all been traced back to those formative years. Those same dangers now loom over Archie, age 6, and Lilibet, age 4. A high-profile separation would almost certainly subject them to overwhelming media scrutiny, even at such tender ages. Child psychologists and family experts caution that children of divorce frequently face heightened risks of insecurity, anxiety, attachment difficulties, and challenges with trust issues that become far more complicated when every development is dissected in public. Harry is acutely conscious of these risks. Since stepping away from royal responsibilities in 2020, he and Meghan have gone to great lengths to shield their children's privacy. Official photographs of Archie and Lilibet are extremely rare and always carefully curated, with the clear intention of allowing them as normal and protected a childhood as possible. Under the circumstances, those who know Harry best say he remains fiercely determined not to repeat the mistakes of his own upbringing, haunted by the memory of his parents' divorce and the relentless media intrusion that followed. Following in the footsteps of his mother, Princess Diana, Prince Harry is determined to protect his children from public scrutiny, emotional turmoil, and mental health challenges. His advocacy initiatives, such as campaigns to safeguard kids online, underscore this commitment. Amid the concerns, there are positive indicators. On New Year's Day 2026, Meghan's Instagram account posted a serene family montage called Reset and Rituals. It featured uncommon glimpses of Harry and Meghan clasping hands, along with subtle suggestions of Archie and Lilibet in the vicinity, including a softened image of Meghan cradling Lilibet. Shortly after, Arkwell unveiled its rebranding to Arkwell Philanthropies, celebrating 5 rewarding years with phrasing that appeared to allude to their children's future. Close associates of the pair maintain that divorce is far from inevitable. One insider noted that they are dedicated to exemplary co-parenting regardless of circumstances. Although speculation persists, Harry and Meghan have defied skeptics in the past. For the moment, Archie and Lilibet stay the focal point of their lives. Whatever choices their parents make in 2026, the kids remain the core of the narrative. Ultimately, this contemporary saga isn't shaped by news headlines or rumors, but by the path charted for its youngest participants. And that's what we should all keep an eye on. What are your predictions for Harry and Meghan's future, and how might it impact Archie and Lilibet? Drop your opinions in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. And don't miss the video popping up on your screen next. You'll want to see it.